This is Darius Oliver, and you're listening to 92.1 KXVS, the voice of Stockton.
This broadcast will start in 60 seconds. This broadcast will start in 45 seconds. This broadcast will start in 30 seconds. This broadcast will start in 15 seconds. This broadcast will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Voice of Stockton. For more information on The Voice of Stockton, go to thevoiceofstockton.org.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS, The Voice of Stockton, or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Lion Connie O'Day, coming from Stockton, California, USA. And I am president of the San Joaquin Lions Club here in District 4A1. And our Lions Club is here in Stockton, California. And today we're going to, I'm going to talk to you about what Lions really is about and some of the marvelous things that have been going on in my district and what's going on internationally and what you could be part of or those of you who are interested in Lions. There's so much to share about what Lions really are about and what comes from the heart of a lion. And to start with today, when we think about joining a Lions Club, we look at what are the ethics of this club? What is the ethics of this whole organization? Here's a wonderful organization that serves the community. We're in 209 countries, 48,000 plus clubs, and millions of members all over the world. So we're just not in one town. We are global. We are international. But one thing that we all have in common is that every lion knows that their purpose is to serve their communities and to follow the ethics of the code of ethics, of Lions. And for some of you that have never heard what these codes are, I'd like to tell you something about these codes and actually read to you what our Lions Code of Ethics are. To start with, what a lion does is to show faith in the worthiness of vocation by industrial application to the end that we merit a reputation of quality service. Also, we seek success and to demand all fair remuneration or profit as my just due, but to accept no profit or success at the price of our own self-respect lost because of unfair advantage taken or because of questionable acts on my part. So that means that we do not do anything other than for the community. If we're having a fundraiser, we don't take that money for ourselves. That money always goes back into the community. And so that is one of the code of ethics that Lions stand by very strongly. And also, we are to remember that in building up our business, it is not necessary to tear down another fellow man's business or to resolve such debt against themselves. Meaning that when when you are building up your business as a lion, you never, never try to tear someone else's business down. It's always being good to our neighbor, being good to our community. And whenever a doubt arises as to the right or ethics of our position or our actions toward our fellow man, we resolve such debt against ourselves. We always try to resolve any problem that might arise between a lion and perhaps another lion in the club. You always try to resolve that. And people are human. That things happen, and people have disagreements. But as our code of ethics as lions, we always want to resolve the issues and resolve to a positive answer. Also, we as lions hold friendship as an end and not a means. To hold that true friendship exists not on account of the service performed by one to another, but that the true friendship demands nothing, but accepts service in the spirit in which it is given. And always to bear in mind that our obligations as a citizen of our nation, we state and our community, and to give to them our unswerving loyalty in word, act, and deed, and to give our community of ourselves freely, of our time, our labor, and our means. Also, another code of ethics is to aid our fellow man by giving our sympathy to those in distress, and may aid to the weak and give substance to the needy. And what I would like to tell you about today is exactly what this ethics is about and what has happened over this past weekend. When we say to aid our fellow man by giving our sympathy to those in distress, and to aid to the weak, and aid to substance that is needed. This weekend, the code of ethics that the Lions Clubs internationally do was really shown by many lions here in District 4A1. A lot of you are very much aware of the terrible fires that we've been having up in the northern part of California. And in Redding, California, one of the Lions Clubs, we here in District 4A1, contacted the Lions there in Redding and said, we have a disaster relief fund and a program. What can we do to help you? Well, the Lions sent a list of the most important things that they needed because of this terrible disaster that was happening. And hundreds of people in Redding, California, Mendocino area, Shasta County up in Northern California, they have lost everything. Their homes are just nothing left but ashes. And so we came to the call of these people, and many things were asked for us to try to collect. Just for an example, the people that have up there in these fires, they have lost everything. Hundreds and hundreds of homes have burned down to the ground, and the people have lost everything. So what we were asked if we could donate were the personal hygiene products. You know, you don't think about that when disasters happen, but where are you going to get soap or shampoo or toothpaste or toothbrushes? Get razors and shaving cream and razors to shave with. So that was one of the particular areas of things that were brought to us. And what happened was that our district leader for our disaster relief, Tom Penhaligon, he is a past district governor, and he is the chairperson of the District 4A1 Disaster Relief Plan. And so he called the lions to come together, and we had lions that came from many, many areas here in our district, in the San Joaquin region zone area. We had people come from the Phil Am Lions Club, the Stockton Host Lions Club, Tracy Tanktown Club, also Escalon Lions, my clubs, Stockton San Joaquin Lions, the Stockton Pacifica, and Stockton Delta, all from the San Joaquin region. We had people come from Sonora. Well, that's where Tom and his wife Wendy, who is our second vice district governor at this time, that's our mountain zone region. They were the organizers, so we had lions coming from there, and we also had lions coming from Patterson, and that's our Stanislaus region. So a lot of lions came out to help, and what we did was we went to Walmart here in Stockton, California, and the manager let us set up a station right outside the doors of Walmart. And we had a truck and a trailer. We had lion signs. We had a beautiful sign that was a banner that was done for us that said Disaster Relief Fund. And we were handing out these lists. Like I'm showing you here is my list. And this was all the things that were really needed. We needed gloves, working gloves, shovels and rakes and hoes and hammers and crowbars. And, of course, non-perishable food. Of course, that is very, very important. And they needed coolers. Now, they had access to ice, but not coolers. That's all had burned up. So we were asking for coolers. And another thing that was asked for, a lot of people don't think about the need of people, underwear. From babies clear to adult men and women and teenagers and youth, all sizes. And socks, the same thing. People who have lost everything, those are very important. And they needed pop-up canopies and tarps. And apparently they're putting canopies up, the tarps around them to make like tents. So people have a place that they can stay until some other kind of relief comes for them. And then other things that were needed. Laundry, powdered laundry soap, and pet food. And in the canned goods, canned meats, like Spam and tuna and salmon and shampoos and conditioners, even a can opener. So we were passing out at each door at the Walmart store this list of disaster needs for the people. And I want you to know that when you have lions out there in the community and talking to the people, I would say almost everyone who got a list from our lions as they walked into Walmart came out with something to donate. The hearts of the people and the human kindness that was shown this Saturday and Sunday there at Walmart was an absolute blessing from God or whatever spirit is up there to give blessings to. It was wonderful. And we were also able to be on television, and it was broadcast on one of the local television stations on Saturday night about our fun. And lo and behold, on Sunday morning, here comes people in their car coming right by, dropping off all kinds of wonderful things, saying, hey, I saw this on the news, or I heard it on YouTube here on my show. And many of the shows that came on KXVS on Saturday and Sunday also told about this event. And so I want to thank everybody in the community for their wonderful donations. There was also cash donations. Over $2,000 was donated. And we had a whole truck and a huge trailer full of wonderful things. There was, I'm going to share one of the wonderful, wonderful stories that happened over this weekend. And I'm sure many of you out there that are Lions have had events where the community comes out and really, really pours their heart out to whatever your cause is. But I went into Walmart. My club had donated a large amount of money, so I was going into Walmart and I was buying a lot of products. And I got to the cash to where you check out, and my my products that I had in my basket came to over $100. And this man was standing behind me, and he said, "Are you with the Lions out there in front of Walmart?" Because I had my Lions vest on at the time. I said, "Yes, I am." He says, "I want to pay for that." And lo and behold, this man out of nowhere, with such a great heart and kindness, paid for all those products. I just, what can you say when people turn out and open their hearts up for those who have lost everything like this? It's absolutely wonderful. And another incident that happened was a woman came up and she put money into the donation jar, and she said, "You know, you never know what's going to happen here, and we should always help others because we may need that help ourselves one of these days." And I thought, that's the kindness, the wonderful kindness of people in the community. And so many times I hear people say, "Oh, nobody cares about this, nobody cares about that." But when the Lions have gone out in the community and our goal is to serve, we serve, and they see us out there with a cause and start talking to Lions, the hearts open up, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing what happens. And in fact, I have one of my Lion friends here that was helping me this Saturday, and I'd like to invite him to come in. And Chris, are you out there? Yes. Okay, come here, and I'd like you to talk to everybody. Hello, my dear friend, my dear Lion friend. This is Chris Pearson. Get a camera on you here in a minute. He's a member of the Stockton San Joaquin Lions, and he is a new Lion. Just a couple of years you've been with us, right?
Yeah, I think it's been since maybe about 4 years.
It's been that long?
Maybe. I'm not sure, but I think so.
San Joaquin?
No.
Stockton San Joaquin?
With Stockton Hosts.
Yes.
And Stockton San Joaquin both.
Yes. And he's been a member of the Stockton San Joaquin Club for about 2.5 years now, I would say. Just about.
About 2 years.
Yeah. And so Chris was with me on Saturday, and our club had donated $500. And so we were at Costco, and we were shopping around for all of the needs that were on this disaster relief needs list. And so I'd just like to introduce Chris Pearson to you. He also is a veteran, and we're very proud of his service time. And I want to ask you, what did it mean to you to be part of this whole disaster fund relief program that we did Saturday and Sunday?
Well, it really means a lot to me. I am a person who believes that the whole community should work together as a team.
Exactly.
To take care of each other and accomplish our goals and to make everyone's lives a bit better. It's very, very uplifting for me, especially when people are willing to be considerate of others and to put themselves out there outside of their comfort zone so that they can help their neighbors, their friends, brothers and sisters. And that to me just it means a lot. I'm not doing a very good job of putting it into words.
Oh, you're saying what comes from your heart, and that's what's important.
Yeah, that's true.
The things that the Lions do that does come from their heart.
That's
very
true.
unselfish and caring about our communities.
And speaking of being very unselfish, one of the things that I love the most about being a Lion is that we are one of the few, maybe there's one or two other service organizations out there that do not take any percentage of donations to put toward administrative costs. We pay for all the administration ourselves as club members.
Right.
We, so 100% of all donations, monetary or otherwise, goes straight to those who need it.
Right. Well, Chris and I were out getting some of these needs and had quite an experience of pushing a group. Some of you who have shopped at Costco, and we'll give it a little a little shout out for Costco, but we were getting dog food and powdered soap. Huge. How many pounds was those?
I think they were 28 pound.
28 pound containers of powdered soap, and so here's Chris. He's got his cart and he's filling his cart up, and I had one of those great big. What do they call?
A lot of people call them a flatbed.
A flatbed, okay.
Yeah.
I'm pushing this flatbed, and with all of the things, and we had our vests on, and I remember one person said, "What are you doing? And who are you?" And that's when you were off getting all the other canned goods, and I told him, and I showed him my vest. I said, I'm with the Lions, and we are doing a disaster relief fund over at Walmart, and if you'd like to donate, please go over. And she said, well, that's outstanding. So anyway, I'm pushing this flatbed cart all over. It's full of stuff, and here comes Chris. He's got everything, and well, I'll tell you, we had quite an event there.
We did.
But when you're out there and you're doing like Chris and I were doing, and like Chris said, it means a lot. It means a lot to ourselves because we're giving. And then when we got back to where we had our drop-off station there at Walmart and unloading everything, it was so great to be able to do that and to have these things and know that people in dire need are going to be getting things and that you're helping. And that's what Lion's all about, right?
Yeah, it is. It's some people my age probably think this is corny, but I really do believe in doing to others that you would hope they would do the same thing to you.
Exactly.
So if I had a situation where I lost my home and practically everything I owned, I would very much appreciate having somebody who said, you know what, we will take care of you until you get yourself back on your feet.
Exactly.
Don't even worry about it. We've got this.
Well, that's what the Lions are doing up there in Reading, and those other. I know there's other organizations that have been donating things that are needed, and seeing all these different organizations and all these hundreds of people coming together to help other people it really gives you faith in our world. That it's. And this is the way it is in other countries, too, where, like I said, we have Lions in 209 countries. And when there's a disaster, an earthquake, the volcanoes erupting, tornadoes, and what's the one with the water comes? Hurricanes.
Tsunamis and hurricanes.
Yes, tsunamis and hurricanes and any other kind of disasters. Lions are there, and they always help their fellow men, and that's what's so exciting. And I have to give a shout out to to Tom Penhaligon, who is our chairperson up there in Sonora, California, with the Sonora Lions. He's the chairperson for our disaster relief program, and he organized what we were doing this weekend, and we all came together and. Like I said, he and Wendy, his wife, who is our second vice district governor now for District 4A1. They're on their way up there to Reading. Maybe they've already got there. It takes about 4 or 5 hours, and who knows what kind of conditions that they've run into. I talked to them this morning before, they were already on the road, and I asked them, I said, have you had any notification of any really bad disasters to be able to get up there to Livingston? And they said, not yet. We're looking at the smoke and trying to deal with all the smoke, and so our hearts are with them and our blessings are with them, that they run into no problems to get all of what we're donating to the families and those who have lost everything there in Reading. I'd like to talk about a couple of other things that is actually happening here in our district, kind of move from the Reading Fire to some of the things that we're going to be doing here. One of the things that our club is going to be doing, and I hope those of you who are near will put on your calendar for October 20th. That is
our 60th anniversary celebration.
Yes, for Stockton San Joaquin Lions. Lions. Yes. So we're all excited about that, and I'm hoping that some of you will go on Facebook and for Connie Flolo O'Day to my Facebook, which many of you know where that is. Just put, you go Facebook, KXVS, Voice of Stockton, and then you look for my show, Lions We Serve Live. And you will get all the information about all the different things that are going on, the different events, and about our anniversary. And we'll have a flyer out this coming week. And the 60 years is very good. We've had clubs just this year are celebrating 75th anniversary. And in 2020, I think it's 2020.
Yeah, 2020. It'll be the Stockton Host
100-year
anniversary.
100 years, yes.
And the fun thing about that is that Lions, as an organization, was started in 1917.
Right, and it was
so
1918, I believe.
Yes,
1918 or 1919 that the Stockton Host Club was
1920 the Stockton Host Club was started. So it only
1920.
It only took 3 years for the club to get from Chicago all the way out here to Stockton, California.
Exactly. Yep, there were only a couple of clubs, and when the club was here, a little history about the Stockton Host Lions Club. It was the only community service club here in Stockton at the time when they started, and I believe that almost all the businessmen, doctors, lawyers, anybody that had a business was a member. And it was quite a big club, and they did a whole lot of wonderful things here in Stockton. Just fantastic things. They actually started Pixie Woods, which is like a fairyland for people to visit, and it's still going. It's still supported by Lions, and many other things were started here. Some of the things have kind of gone away because it's been 100 years almost. So. But when that 100th year comes here, we are all going to be celebrating in this district, and probably further than this district, because there are only a few clubs that can say they're 100 years old.
Yes.
Yep. So it's going to be very exciting, and I have some other things to talk about. Chris, we got our district our district meeting, and we have a quarterly meeting every year, and our new governor is District Governor Don Gall, and so we're very excited at this district meeting. All of our new officers are going to be installed. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, they get installed at the International, but when they come home at the first district meeting, we will be doing their installation, and that will be on Friday night. And I have some information about that for those of you out there who might want to come to the district meeting. It's going to be Friday and Saturday, August 17th and 18th. And it's going to be at Escalon. I think it's, where's the address here? I've got a flyer on it. Okay, it is in Escalon. We're going to be meeting at the Saron Lutheran Church, and that's at 1742 North Street in Escalon. And there are going to be accommodations for those who are traveling a little distance to stay overnight there. If you go to our current District 4A1 newsletter, there is everything about the district meeting,
Yes.
and also the registration form. And we are meeting on Friday night. There's going to be the installation on Friday night. Did you go with me to an installation?
Yes,
Officer?
I've
Yep.
been.
I was Chris's mentor. You know, when you bring new people into your club, someone has to be the mentor.
Yeah.
And Chris and I have been working together since he joined Lions. And so I took him to everything I could get him to. We went all over the place. And he has become a fantastic Lion here in our club. And so on Friday night, there's going to be an installation. There'll be a lot of fun. There'll be live music, a lot of fellowship. And then Saturday morning is when the business meeting starts.
Yeah.
So the new cabinet, which would be installed the night
Right.
before, they're going to be meeting at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
But breakfast is going to be served. That starts around 8 o'clock. And then we start our general meeting at 9. So I'm hoping that those of you that are near Escalon, near Stockton, and in our area will please come. And like I said, the registration is online at the District 4A1 newsletter. So if you look
Website.
that up,
The newsletter website.
website, yes, yes.
Then you can download that in a PDF, even to your mobile device, which is
Oh.
very convenient.
Well, yeah, you know, I'm not up to date on all the mobile devices yet. Chris actually has been teaching me. I have to say that he's not only a good line, but he's a good friend too.
Yeah,
And I've got myself a smartphone now, Android.
Yeah.
And he's helping me to learn about these things. So yes, you can download the registration and all the information about the district meeting on August 17th and 18th. Okay.
Connie, if I could just mention
Yes.
that if you remember earlier, I said that all of the administration is covered by us members.
Yes.
And one of the most important things about having our district officers installed is that they're the ones who handle all the administration
For the district.
for the district. So that's actually very important, and it's a big job if you take the time to really think about it because of how much we actually
Right.
do.
And that's why we have in the district governor's cabinet, there is a treasurer.
Yes.
And that treasurer has to make a report of everything, that all the monies and where it goes, what we're going to, where we're going to put the money, where we're saving the money, and how much we get. And that is a report that's done at each of the district
Yes, it is.
meetings. And we do the same thing for the clubs. We have two accounts. One is the administration account, and one is the community account. So anytime, like Chris was saying, anytime that we do anything to raise money, that goes back into the community.
Yes.
Then if we do something that is purely Lions, then that money that we raised goes into our administration. So we have to have two different budgets.
Exactly.
And so, like Chris was saying, one of the great things about Lions and other clubs like us is that we do not profit from anything that is raised. And like this weekend when we were doing the disaster relief for the people in Redding, California, a lot of money came in.
Yes.
And that money is going directly to those people in Redding. They have a program that all the donations that are given, it's a disaster relief program up there too.
Exactly.
So that's really good to remember.
It is.
And on our calendar, I would like to talk a little bit about the international, because we have people listening that might be in many, many other countries than the United States, because we are live streamed over YouTube. But internationally, we have on August 12th of this month is the International Youth Day. And a lot of clubs sometimes will do a program with youth in their communities on this particular day. And then August 15th is the Leo Club Excellent Award applications. They are due. So if a club has a Leo's Club, they could apply for the award by putting in their applications. And this is talking about what the wonderful things that their Leo's Club have done over the year. So this is a worldwide application for Leo's clubs. And Leo's, for those of you who might be listening, don't know what a Leo Club is, it's the high school student age clubs that organize. They have their own budget, they have their own officers, they are sponsored by a Lions Club in the district, and they have to do community service. And through this club, a lot of the requirements to graduate in by doing community service, this club provides it.
Exactly.
Yep. So that's on the 15th is going to be the Leo's Club Excellent Award applications are going to be due.
And you know, when you're that age and you get to do something like be a Leo, it makes you feel included in the community.
Definitely.
It's a big stepping stone into being recognized as becoming an adult, which is wonderful.
And a lot of the Leos, Chris, after they graduate from high school, they actually become adult lions.
Yeah.
And at some of the universities, in fact, our district, I'd like to tell you here, there are Leo's clubs, but they're not called Leo. Let me see if I can find this.
We do have clubs in universities.
Yes.
Which is
it's
really
fantastic.
Great. It is. I can't say enough positive things about how great that is.
Exactly. Where is that page in our book here? With, oh my goodness. Somewhere in here. Maybe you could find it for me. It's in here somewhere.
Honestly, I haven't seen the page in the directory, but I know from social media. Because a lot of Lions clubs do have Facebook pages and websites, and I personally like to look at them.
Oh.
And from all over the world, too. Since we were mentioning internationally, it was Leo's recognition application time. So I have not been shy about friending other Lions on Facebook or other clubs on Facebook that are from different parts of the world, because we are all part of the same organization.
We are. That's
and
right.
All of us, it doesn't matter what part of the world we're from, have the same goals in mind, which is helping our community, helping our friends and neighbors, and making sure that we are taking care of each other.
Exactly. Yeah, I've many times talking here on the show, I've asked the different Lions clubs that are out there, and if in other countries, to get on my Facebook page, tell me what you're doing so I can announce it to the world exactly what your club is doing. And that's something that, you might be able to help me with that, because you are on Facebook more than I am, actually. He is, and it would be really good to hear from you so that we can let the world know what you're doing, and what types of events that you're having. That would be absolutely great. And here I am. Okay, I found our Leo's page in our directory. Okay.
Awesome.
The Leos that are at universities, we have one here, and it's chartered by the Merced Lions, and it's the University of California in Merced and it's called the Omega Club.
Yeah.
Instead of Leo's, which is Leo's Club in high schools, in the university, it's the Omega Club.
Oh,
So
okay.
if any of you are out there that are at a university and would like to get the information, go online to Lions International and put in your search engine Omega Lions Clubs, and you will find all the information there of how to form an Omega Club, and any questions or who to contact about it, because this is wonderful. And even though the university students, they're adults and their ages of many of the Lions, but while they're at the university, then they get the
get
credits.
credit. Yes.
Yeah, I remember when I was at Cal State Monterey Bay, that's down by Monterey, California, one of the requirements to graduate was that we had to have so many hours of community service work. And so like the Omega Club just provides it right there for all the university students. And then the high school students, their club is called the Leo's Club. So we have a lot going on here, which is very good. And I'm going to put my directory down here. One of the things that a lot of people like to go to, which is absolutely fantastic, is the USA-Canada Forum. And this year, they're having a forum September 20th through the 22nd in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that would be absolutely wonderful, because next year it'll be in Canada. Every other year it switches back and forth. 1 year Canada, 1 year the United States. So a lot of people go to this wonderful, wonderful leadership forum. And so I hope some of you out there can go. You'll find all the information on the international or the district, the International Lions
Yes.
website. Also, we have the Peace Poster Contest coming up. The deadline for purchasing your kit for the Peace Poster Contest is October 1st. And this is for students who are 11 to 13 years old. And for those who are unable to paint or draw to design a peace poster, they may turn in an essay. And we have the essay contest, and the theme that we have every year, then that's what they would write about. So if you want to participate, clubs out there, October 1st is the deadline to get your Peace Poster contest packet. I believe our club is going to be sponsoring 4 schools, 4
Yes,
elementary
if
schools.
I recall, that's yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then we have, let's see, some of the other, I'm looking here. We have the, what is this? Oh, this is an application deadline is October 9th for matching Lions Quest and diabetes grants to be reviewed in January. So if you were doing a program around diabetes, this is the time to start getting your request for a grant in, because the deadline is going to be October 9th for that. And also, you remember last week I had Paul Wagner on my show. He's our chair here for Sight, Lions in Sight. And he was talking about the missions that he just came back from in Mexico, where they take glasses and the whole crew goes, and there's doctors and technicians, and they do eye exams and provide glasses for people in other countries. So on October 11th, it's called World Sight Day. So that is a universal international day where all Lions should be participating in some type of a program that has to deal with sight. Okay? And yeah, there's wonderful things happening. And
do you mind if I mention something?
yes, go ahead.
My birthday happens to be coming up on September the 3rd.
Okay.
And I have decided through Facebook to do a fundraiser for I'm not remembering the name correctly, but for is it Lions Eyes Organization of California?
It's the Lions Foundation.
The
Lions
Eye Foundation.
Exactly.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yes.
So I have set a goal for about $1,000 because as Lions, we don't just help people that need glasses and eyesight have eyesight issues in other countries. We also do it here in the United States. And there are people that are our neighbors who, for whatever reason, don't have the resources to be able to
purchase glasses
or have eye
surgeries.
surgeries or eye exams. And it's very important as champions of the blind, as we are, that we make sure that these needs are met. So I would very much like to have people, if you don't mind, look me up on Facebook and give a donation.
Well, if you set that up, that would be a project for our club.
I did set that up.
And that's wonderful.
It's already going. I have had a few donations already.
Fantastic.
And I am hoping that the goal is met, which would be awesome. It's going to be going on until September the 30th, I believe.
Good.
So
That's good. And that's
just thought I'd put that out there.
In the name of your birthday.
Yeah, that's for my
Wonderful.
birthday, and it's in my name. So if you want to look me up on Facebook, my name is spelled Kristofferpearson, and you can
It's
find me on Facebook. Christopher
Pearson.
Yes.
Right. Well, at our board meeting, you need to bring that up, and
okay.
and then we will support what your project is doing.
Oh, okay.
Because that's
Thanks.
how it works. If we create a project ourselves within our clubs and bring it to the club, and it becomes a true Lion project, because everything that Lions do, all the hours that we put in, that's all counted up, and it goes towards recognition of clubs. Of what we're doing. And that sounds wonderful.
I'm the kind of person that I didn't even think about that, because it's you can ask Connie if you encounter her about being a silent lion, which I didn't realize, but I suppose I am.
Well, we just received at our last meeting, we installed our new officers. I was installed as president, and I was asked by our first vice district governor. She called me and said, who in your club does a lot of work but never requests any kind of recognition or whatever? And of course, that's Chris. Chris is always there to give a helping hand, and to any project that we do or any place that we set up a table of information. Here he comes and he helps, and has never asked for any recognition or anything. So I said, Chris is our silent lion at this time, and he was awarded that honor at our last meeting where everyone was installed, and we were very proud of you.
I very much appreciate it. I am not going to go on asking for recognition, but I do appreciate it. And when I mentioned about the fundraiser, I was really very much hoping to put the word out so that people could donate.
They will.
And that's exactly why. I'm honestly just, that's how I think.
So you set this up on your Facebook?
Yes, on my Facebook page. It's just my first and last name. Christopher Pearson.
Pearson.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. That's great. And so I hope you will, all of you go out there and look at that. And if you have a chance to go to District 4A1's newsletter, I've put a lot of information in the newsletter about our show, what's been going on and who's been here and who I've interviewed and so forth. And I hope that you'll have a chance to go to that website. And I'd like to tell you a few of the things that are happening. one of the things that I really am proud of that's happening in our community, it isn't sponsored by the Lions Club, but it is an activity that Lions will support 100%. And we've got a poster back here. It's called Night Out, and it's this Tuesday here in Stockton. And it is the 35th anniversary of this program, and there's going to be entertainment, there's going to be games and food and artwork, and it's going to be a real community fun activity, and it's going to be at the Janet Leigh Plaza. Janet Leigh was an actress, and she graduated from the University of Pacific, which is here in Stockton, California. And the people that are sponsoring this is the Stockton Police Department, our Ports baseball team, the Stockton Kings, that's our basketball, and then we have the Stockton Heat, which is our hockey team, and of course the city of Stockton. So we have a lot of really, really active, important people here in Stockton that are sponsoring the annual, and actually it's a national night out. Yeah. So there are people all over the United States that are actually doing this this coming Tuesday. So I hope that you're doing it in your community too. Well, we have a few minutes left, and I do want to tell you that we have one big important project that's coming up. It's the 2018 Modesto Nuts fundraiser. This is a baseball game that is versus the 66ers and the Modesto Nuts baseball teams, and that's going to be on August 18th. The doors open up at 6 p.m. and the game starts at 7:05. And there's just going to be a lot of fun, dinner served. There's going to be a pre-game parade, and this is an annual event that is sponsored by the Lions. And so I hope some of you be able to go there. It's in Modesto, California. And just a few more minutes here. The Atwater and Winton Leo Club, they're having a charter event on Saturday, August 25th. And they're having it at the Atwater Women's Clubhouse at 1201 Grove Avenue in Atwater, California. And this is going to be an event where a new Leo's Club is having their charter night. Very exciting. And they are being sponsored by the Atwater Lions. Okay, right. Next week I'm going to be telling you all about a whole lot of other wonderful events that are coming up. And I hope that you will come back with us. And Chris, I'm glad you stopped by.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
He was a fantastic help with our fundraiser for the people in Reading. And I will give you an update next week, exactly what has been going on in serving the people there in Livingston and Mendocino and all through those fires. Terrible, terrible disaster. But the Lions are there to help, and they will be there to help till everybody is back on their feet. So I want to thank you very much for being with us today, and thank you, Chris, for coming by.
Well, thank you.
And I hope you'll be with us next week at 2 o'clock here on KXVS. The show is called Lions We Serve Live. And I'm checking out with you now, and this is Lion Connie O'Day and
Lion Christopher Pearson.
And we are saying goodbye and see you next week. Thank you.